As we head into the month of April, time for an update from the city of New Hope, and the mayor is with us, Kathi Hemken. Welcome once again, Mayor. How did you enjoy this nice 70-degree weekend?
I did. I ate the ears off my Easter bunny, my chocolate Easter bunny, so
Very
I'm good.
All right. Excellent. And I know heading out to the golf course soon here, so we'll keep people up to date and talk a little bit about the golf course in just a minute. Let's begin with a finance award for the city of New Hope. Give us a little background on this great honor for the city.
Well, every year we have to do reporting in our finances. And for many years now, we've gotten the award for excellence in reporting and financing. And that is really a real big boon for management who puts that financing together, and all the work that goes into it's really important. So it's nice that they get that award and get recognized for that.
And my guess is that's helpful down the road for the city as well, for bonding and some of the other financial dealings the city has to work with. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Very
real good.
Congratulations to the city. Let's move over to community development. A couple things coming up on the planning commission as far as some redevelopment. What are the particular businesses and organizations that are talking with the planning commission?
Well, the New Hope Church has a small building on 48th and Boone, and they're going to ask for a conditional use permit to change that into a Spanish immersion elementary school. And the other thing that's on there is Pub 42 has petitioned us to add some more outdoor seating at the restaurant on 42nd. So both of those things will come to the planning commission this week, and then probably the end of the month they'll come to the council.
Very good. We'll keep people up to date on that. Another one we're keeping you up to date on is Windsor Ridge. And the process continues to go there very well. What is the latest on Windsor Ridge?
Well, we sold 2 more houses, so now we're up to 14 that are sold. The rest of them are in process in some way. Those 2 sold for over $450 each. So the average now is $416,000 for 14 houses. That's incredible.
That is going very well. Other community development news, they are involved in promoting an event that you want to get on your calendar for September, and it involves some golf, Mayor. Who's going to be out golfing?
Well, Twin West, which is now Minneapolis Chamber, I think they call it. So New Hope and Crystal put on this golf tournament. We wanted to keep it financially feasible. So last year it was $50. I think it's going to stay that. And that gives you a round of golf, and it gets you dinner afterwards. So it's just a fun tournament. It fills up very fast. So if you're interested in playing, you should contact the city and get a tee time for yourself.
And
September 17th.
All levels of golfers welcome, right? You don't have to be a pro coming off the PGA Tour.
You do not. You have to have a club. And if you don't have clubs, we can get you clubs.
There you go. Anyone is welcome. Scattered site housing. Let's give residents an update on the Louisiana Home. What is happening there?
Well, that's the one that's right behind Cook Auto. So they're still building it. They think they'll be ready the end of June. They did put it on the multiple listing service for $409, and they think it's going to be sold as soon as it gets even close to being finished. So that's exciting.
That is very good. All right, Business Networking Group. Let's give people an update on the next date, and it's coming up very quickly here, and this is going to have some energy talk going on.
So that'll be on the 7th of April at 8:30 in the morning. It's a Zoom call, and you can go to the city and get that. Well, the Home Energy Squad is going to be there to talk to us about what that means and what you get if you sign up for that. I've done that, and it's really worth the time and effort and the small amount of money that it costs.
That meeting again comes up on the 7th at 8:30 in the morning, and it is a virtual meeting. Building permits and inspections. We have a few properties to talk about. The first is New Hope Church once again, but this is a different property. This is their main property, correct?
Yeah, this is the big one right off of 169. They're doing a $1.1 million addition to their gymnasium. So that's really exciting. And then Pub 42 is, or I'm sorry, Liberty Diversified is doing a $350,000 interior upgrade. So it's so nice when businesses like that stay in the community and do some upgrades to fix them up. So we're excited.
More progress to keep an eye out for in the city. Let's move to the police department. A number of things happening. As we told you at the beginning of the show, get your calendars out because a lot going on quickly here. And one is coming up this Friday. What is happening with a new event for the police?
Well, they're doing something called Coffee with a Cop. They're doing it at Fat Nats, right on 36th and Winnetka at 8 a.m. in the morning. So it gives people a chance to come in, chat with a police officer. The chief may or may not be there depending on what's going on, but there'll be other officers there. We really want to get people talking to the police officers. And so this is a good way to get that started. So if you've got some time to just stop in the morning, say hi, have a cup of coffee and chat with the police officer.
And my
Now,
understanding is this is going to happen on a somewhat regular basis with the police. Is that correct?
We hope so.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. We hope so. The police are excited about it. The more we can connect with the community, the better the community understands the police officers. So that's really a good thing. Our police chief is meeting with the police chiefs of Crystal and Robbinsdale, and they're coordinating some efforts to do some outreach. They want to be able to have some communications with multiracial residents. And so the 3 police departments are getting together and trying to figure out how to do that, going to meetings or any way they can to have a little more communication. Now, a couple other things people have asked me about what's happening with the police department and this trial that's going on.
Right.
Well, they're not just sitting there doing nothing. They have contacted all of the other police chiefs in our area, and they're all doing what's called mutual aid, which means in the event that something's going on in one of the cities, the other cops will go to that city to help them. They're also doing something called the mobile field force. We have 6 officers that have been assigned to that. And if needed, they will go down to Minneapolis and help protect whatever it is that needs to be protected. The last thing that the police are doing, they're making plans to protect city center, that area there, if need be. We don't want any civil unrest. We're hoping we don't have any, but we at least have to have it planned for. So the police have been really busy trying to plan and make sure that everything goes smoothly in the next few months.
Very good. Let's move over to Park and Rec. A lot to talk about here as things warm up and people get ready to get outside. And one thing people can now look forward to is the Off-Broadway Music Theater. It is back. What is happening this year?
Well, the play, we finally know the play.
Yay.
It's the Putnam County Spelling Bee. I believe it's a comedy. It sure looks like it's going to be. So that's going to start on the 22nd of July. It'll run for 3 weekends, Thursday through Saturday. And it usually starts like 8 o'clock in the evening. They're asking for a $4 donation, but of course it's free will. If you can afford it, fine. If you can't, that's fine too. So we are doing something, and that's exciting. If you want to try out, the auditions will be happening pretty soon.
Okay.
You can go to, I got to get these, it's Off-Broadway Musical Theater. So it's obmt.org.
Got it.
Go there and you can sign up for auditions for this. Of course, they'll need sound people, and they always need volunteers to help. So even if you just want to volunteer and you don't want to sign up for the play,
Great.
do that. I think it'd be just fun.
And the site is going to be the new site as well, right? So this is going to be a year to make sure you see the events.
Yes, yes. You can bring a blanket and sit on the raised part, that the steps or whatever they're called. You can sit there. You can bring a chair to sit in. There's no bleachers. So it's just going to be a little more casual. Come with the kids, spread out a blanket and watch the play.
What fun. All right. Glad to see that is back. Step to It Challenge is back as well. Remind us again what this event is and how people can get involved.
So the whole thing, it's from Hennepin County, and they really want people moving. We've been sitting around all winter. It's time to move. So Step to It, you can go online at Step to It, all one word, .org, and sign up. You have to sign up every year. Even if you've done it before, you have to sign up again. Now you can sign up as part of the New Hope team, or you can sign up as an individual. It's kind of fun to do it as a team, because then you get to see how everybody else is doing. And it's just, every year we come in 3rd place behind Brooklyn Park. So we're trying really hard to advance ourselves up to a little higher. So the next thing that happened is we got a award of excellence for the 2020 bike rodeo that was done virtually. That was a real trick to do that. And now they're planning for the 2021 bike rodeo. That's going to be May 6th. And you can go into your In Motion magazine. All this stuff is in there, and it gives you the dates and how to sign up. But with that one, you should get signed up early. It'll be at the Crystal Community Center, and there'll be prizes and things. They're trying to do as much in person as they can,
Great.
but some stuff will have to be done virtually, of course. But because of the pandemic, you almost have to sign up for everything.
That is true.
Because they need to control how many people are there, and that's the only way they can do it. A lot of this stuff is free, or most of it is free, but you just need to pre-register ahead of time. And of course, you can go online, go to the city's website, and it'll kind of lead you through it, where to go on that.
Very good. That site again is newhopemn.gov, and it indeed is a very popular event. We've been talking about the need for staff at the city, and I take it, Mayor, that need continues on. People should sign up and apply if they're interested in a summer job.
Oh, there's all kinds of summer activities. So they're at the golf course, they're at the theater, they're going to be at the pool, at the parks, lots of summer jobs. So if you've got a teenager or a young college kid, or even a senior, or even a mom that wants to get out of the house, they're really looking for a lot of people this summer just to kind of manage all the stuff that's going on.
And
one of the signs of spring that's happening, and this is kind of exciting, Plymouth and New Hope share a Little League team.
Right.
So they're doing the schedules now for the Little League team. A few years ago, the Little League team went to the World Series, that team did. So they're getting ready for that, and they're starting to train umpires. Now there's another opportunity for people if they're looking for a summer job.
All right, plenty of opportunities out there. You mentioned the golf course. We've mentioned it a couple times. It is busy. In fact, so busy, you've got some numbers from March that might blow us away.
840 rounds in the month of March. This is the most rounds we've had at the golf course for 21 years. So this is really exciting. I get to watch the golf course from my deck, and it's just been full constantly. It's so exciting to see, and so many young people. There's something called Youth on the Course. So kids can play for $5. Hennepin County picks up the difference in the cost of a round, but you can bring your kids to play on the course for $5. You have to have a tee time. Those tee times are filling up quick. Yeah. So call if you think you're going to be able to come out and play.
And the other part of the golf course is they're obviously getting concessions and some of the retail items set up. Now, they probably got caught a little bit not having it all set up because the weather got so nice they had to have golfers in.
Well, the problem is they couldn't get the stuff.
Okay, so, sure.
Like they usually have beer on tap. They couldn't get the kegs. They couldn't get some of the beer delivered. I mean, everything is just behind. I think a lot of people were kind of caught flat-footed. A lot of merchandise is in, but of course they have to get it set up. In the meantime, they're trying to get the course ready to make it look as good as they can to get the goose poop off the course.
Exactly.
Which is kind of a chore in itself.
A thing that happens, right? Well, get out and enjoy the course in all the many ways that it is offering enjoyment. How about the ice arena now? Mention always here again is to call ahead as well for this facility if you want to open skate. Is that correct?
Friday nights and Sundays. You have to call because they only allow a certain number of people on the ice. But if you're not a golfer and you don't really want to play on the ice, that's the perfect place to do it.
Perfect.
It's pretty reasonable to go skate there.
All right, let's now talk about the swimmers, and the swimmers are already excited about what's coming up at the new pool and the aquatic park. How are things going on passes and lessons?
155 pool passes have been sold so far, and there's 150 people signed up for lessons so far. But if you do want to sign up, I noticed in the InMotion, there's a place where you can sign up for lessons, and it lists all the times and how much they cost. And I should mention that just recently, the Crime Prevention Board, which is separate from the police department, indicated that they were going to give some money to safety camp so that more kids could go to safety camp.
Wonderful.
A lot of times, if you can't afford to do that, so they'll have money for 10 kids to go to safety camp that otherwise couldn't afford to do that. So get yourself signed up. If you do need some help with some of these programs, financial help, you need to go in person with a driver's license to prove that you're a resident of New Hope. And a lot of times you can get some financial help with. We want those kids in these programs any way we can.
That is great news. And again, go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov. You can find InMotion and all the other information there as well. One other item happening in Park and Rec and at the golf course, doesn't have anything to do with golf. It has to do with plants. What is coming up on May 8th?
It doesn't. Well, last year I had this bright idea that I would just take some of the hostas and pot them. Well, it grew and grew and grew, and we raised $1,600 last year. And
Fantastic.
so the whole idea was just to give it to the golf course, and they can buy plants and trees and things that they need that might not be in the budget.
Mhm.
So here we are doing it again.
Great.
We're up to about 300 plants now. But if you have some pots, we're looking for the 3 to 4 inch size. If you have some pots around your house, you can just drop them off at the golf course. They know what to do with them. They'll get them to me. If you have some plants that are kind of wayward, they're growing where you don't want them to grow.
Right.
Dig them up, put them in a plastic bag, drop them off at the golf course. They'll call me. I'll come and get them, pot them, plant them, and then you can come back and buy them.
Sounds good. Encourage your
just be-
neighbors to stop by
It'll
too.
just be one day, and that's the day before Mother's Day,
Okay.
and it'll be 8 in the morning till like 1 o'clock. The plants are cheap. They're 2 for $5. They go really quick. So come early and bring money.
All right. We'll be talking about that a few more times, but that is coming up on May 8th. One more event for your calendar is June 19th. That is the kickoff for this year's Farmers Market. Give us a little idea of where that is and what type of fun happens there on a regular basis.
So that's going to be at the Civic Center parking lot, like it's been in the few years
Mhm.
before. I'm always there, so it's a chance to come in and chat with the mayor if you've got some things you want to discuss.
Mhm.
We won't have a lot of vegetables. There'll be peas and lettuce and things like that, but you don't get a lot of carrots on the
Right.
19th of June.
No.
But they're going to try to get some craft vendors in. At the end of the season last year, they brought a lot of craft vendors in because Cooper didn't have the craft fair.
Right.
So they're going to try to bring some of those crafters in for those early days of the market before they have a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
So again, that's open. I want to say 9 to 12. It might be 8 to 12. They're not
Okay.
quite sure yet.
Good. We'll get that information as we get closer. But again, June 19th, the first day. Final couple notes. We wanted to talk about human resources, and they are in the search for community service officers. Give us a little background here.
Well, Nicole Korth, who was our community service officer, has retired. And the gentleman that took her place, Brad Callio, has realized, I think we did before, that Nicole Korth did a lot of things. And we don't want those things to go by the wayside. And so they're looking for a community service officer. Of course, they always look internal. They did not find a candidate internally. So they're going externally. So you can go online. That application is on our website. So you can go online, apply for that. I don't know what the requirements are for that job, but go and look.
Very good. All right. newhopemn.gov. Final note to pass along, some great news from the fire department. They were busy bringing in food, and the numbers are staggering.
They are on March 20th. They went to, the fire department is Crystal and New Hope. So they went to all of the grocery stores and just any place they could think of with their big boots collecting money.
Sure.
So they collected $5,054
Wow.
and 2,155 pounds of food. And that all went to the food group. And what the food group does is they distribute that back out to the food shelves to Near and Prism.
Mhm.
And they told me at the food group that what they collected in that one day will serve 331 families for 3 days, give them food for 3 days. That's amazing. So
Mhm.
thank you also very much for anybody that donated. If you still want to donate food or money, there's a place at City Hall. You can do
Okay.
that still. So you can drop off a check. We'd rather you didn't drop cash in the big bin, but you
Right.
can drop off a check or some canned goods that you found in your cupboard that what was I thinking when I bought beets?
Very
So
good.
you
Or
can
when you
donate that.
next time you head to the store, pick up a few extra items and stop by City Hall and drop some of those off. So again, newhopemn.gov, the place to find out more information about all that we've talked about today. As you see, a lot going on in the city of New Hope. And Mayor, we look forward to see you again next week to update residents on what is happening in the city and get some more dates on their calendar.
Just a reminder, they could go into City Hall and pick up an in motion if they
Okay.
didn't get one in the mail or they threw it away. Heaven
Perfect.
forbid. But they
Another
can go
great
get
place.
another one because there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, a lot of information. Mayor, thanks again for your time. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave. Bye-bye.
Learn more about the connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.